It's a really nice day out. So today we're gonna take the SUR RON out and we're gonna do a little bit of riding and range testing. I wanna see just what we're able to get out of this setup. I'm gonna be cruising on a 50-mile-an-hour highway. So this is gonna be full cruising speed. And the full trip is right around 20 miles. So let's just take a look and see what kind of range we get out of that. We're using the BAC 4000 from ERT, and we've got the ERT screen here, as you can see, all loaded up, ready to go. We're at 99% battery, so we've got a decent amount. I'll reset the odometer here, really cool feature. And reset odo, save. There we go. So we're at 0 now. So let's take her out, see what she does. So I've got the Garmin 4Runner GPS over here just in case, just so that we can compare mileage. I'm looking at speed right now. They're pretty close, pretty consistent, like 1 mile per hour difference. The GPS update's a little slower, so this is going to be a little more instant, and the GPS is going to be a little more lag, but more real speed. We've got regenerative braking on this too, which is really good. Now we're gonna get out onto the highway. Here we go. Perfect weather. We hit 55 miles an hour on that. Got a little bit of traffic here. Okay. We're just about 6.5 miles right now. Top speed 55. That's, I have it in my eco mode, which is set at right at 4 kilowatts. So 55 miles an hour with 4 kilowatts. It'll go faster if I'm tucked in, but just doing a realistic mileage check here. Got a pretty decent headwind. The other direction is going to be a lot easier. Okay, so we're here now. That was a pretty solid 8-mile trip. The odometer says 8.3. This says 8.1 basically. So about a quarter-mile discrepancy at this point. I can make those adjustments in the settings here, though, if I want to. In the metrics, I can change the speedo calibration just a little bit, and we'll get it exact. So it's good to have this data so I can get it dialed in perfectly. So there we go. Max speed was 55 miles an hour with 8 miles. This is GPS, so it's not going to get much more accurate than this. We didn't maintain 55 the whole way. We were doing about 50, 45. I would say average 45 miles an hour the whole way. So pretty decent. That would be like if this was a stock bike, it would have been balls to the walls the whole time. So battery level is at 77%. It'll probably go up a little bit as it settles down a little bit because I'm still hot off the road. And it's showing the range at about 56 miles at this point. So that's probably a little inaccurate. If we got, let's call it 20%, we would multiply that times 5. So realistically, probably about 40 miles. So still, that's about accurate with what I was seeing with the stock controller. I would actually say it's a little better. We'll see if that actually becomes the case as we get closer to that 40-mile range. But as of right now, first 8 miles, almost 10 miles, and the battery is sitting right at 77%. So not too bad. We'll continue the ride in a little bit. All right, we're back on the road. So we've done 8.06 miles. We're gonna get to about 20 on this trip, or close to it. So by those calculations, we should still be, I would say, around 60% by the time we get back. Should be pretty good. 20 miles, 60% battery, something like that. See what we can do. Absolutely love this bike. Kind of a boring video for you guys that want to see all the performance and stuff, but everybody, I've already done videos with the performance so far, and I think everybody keeps asking me how far, what's the range, what's the mileage. So hopefully this video can illustrate that a little better. Also, I had readjusted the wheel diameter, or the speedo calibration, so we're now reading exactly the same as the GPS. So that should solve that. So now because it is calibrated so perfectly, whatever we see on here is most likely going to be an exact speed. All right, so we're gonna get out back on the fast road again. Regen braking. I'm not touching the brakes, and then under like 10 miles an hour, the regen turns off. So it's really nice. It saves a lot of wear on the brakes. Oops, I forgot to hit start on this. Dang it. Okay. Here we go. So I forgot to hit start on the GPS that time, but I did calibrate the speedo to exactly the GPS, so the mileage is going to be exact on here. So we've done 3.5 miles almost since we left there. So we'll add this calculation to that original 8.06. Traffic is not a problem. We just keep on going. All right, so we just got back and you can see we clocked, remember I hit this late, it was just 17.8, but the truth is it was actually about 12.6 on that leg. So 12.6 plus the 8. The other one was just over 20 miles. So right around almost 21 miles. So battery percentage, I'll let it settle for a little bit, but it looks like it's going to settle in right around 60. It's just over 55% still. So it's pretty good. Battery voltage is sitting at 57.21. So pretty good. I still have more range to go, and that's a real 20 miles. I would not be surprised if it went another 10 miles, no problem. The range is showing 15. I see that as mostly accurate. It's pretty close. 15, it's going up because I'm sitting now and the battery percentage is going up a little bit. But realistically, yeah, I think 40 miles is real with this setup. And like I said, I was going 45, 50 miles per hour the whole time. So it's definitely not, it's not that bad. I think it is a little bit better than the stock controller. They're 57.28. So the voltage is coming back up a little bit. It was sagging from riding. But obviously, well, if you try to go faster, it's going to drain the battery a lot faster than that. But if you stay at those speeds and just keep cruising, I would say realistically, at least 30 miles, at least. And 40 miles is probably more of a realistic goal. Again, flatland, Florida, but there you go, 57. So right around 57% left on the battery. And I wouldn't hesitate to go down to probably 40 or even 30% if I really wanted to push it. So awesome. Range testing. This setup is really good. This is a stock battery with the ASI BAC 4000 from ERT, which, as you guys saw, we went 70 miles an hour with this setup. Big batteries on the way, but range testing, this is fun. Pretty cool.